I don't... I don't quite see Rockets live here. So no Portuguese stream currently. Smooch. But here we go, we're getting into our next game, we're getting into our fresh series, into our fresh best of 5, and spawning in the bottom hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Terran player, we have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion, it is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Little Fairy, it is Percival. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Hello, as Percival does move out across the map with the early SCV. You have my attention. This might be a bit of a shorter series here. It is going to be a best of 5, that is true, but again, we might see more aggression from both sides. Double gas opener out of ByuN. Yeah. See. Beautiful. So we do have 1 Rax at home, 1 across the map. Much love to Bomayoja. Banana way. Oh no. We're going full Spanish. No mames, baby, no mames. Okay, we're going. Let's go. Okay, we're having too much fun. We're having too much fun, Bobby. No mames, wait. No mames. Right, here we go. As for now, we're getting to our openers. I should emphasize ByuN being very safe. ByuN is being very safe here. It's being very safe, going double gas into a faster factory. We see Percival being hyper aggressive, going into his initial 2-Rax Reaper into a factory before CC. So a heavily delayed CC out of Percival, and the goal here is to get damage done early on. Here we go. He does move in. That's ByuN, he pulls back. CC on the high ground, safe response by ByuN. ByuN, he didn't even scout, by the way, but he does recognize the aggression, the threat of 2 Reapers. Pulls away, setting up on the high ground. Setting up on the high ground. We do see Percival still building up his Reapers, jumping into the main. Does jump in, but running into through 2 Hellions. Yeah, Hellion volley is going up. Percival is going to be forced out. Oh, does try to punish, and ByuN is holding. ByuN, he is holding on. Percival going for a delayed CC here on the low ground. And so far, the opener has not really paid for itself. Winding it back, basically what Percival was hoping for, he was hoping that ByuN would be greedy. He was hoping that ByuN would go for a more economic opener instead and catch him with his pants down. As he pointed out, it was double gas. It was a safe opener out of ByuN. So ByuN, very safe. He defends, he deflects. He does build a faster CC, and ByuN, I would say, here is in a better position. It's in a better position. It's going to be on Percival to try to recover, to try to find some more damage elsewhere. Now, at least Percival does preserve his army, right? He didn't lose anything, I believe. He didn't lose any units, so he still has all these Reapers. He can still make use of them. What I will say, though, is that Reapers, they fall off over time, right? They lose value over time just because as we get into bio army, as we get into tank production as well, like Reapers are less effective, they're less valuable. So the earlier, we need to make use of them soon. That's what I'm getting at. And here we go. They do move out with the Cyclone. So they're going to be able to support the Cyclone. With that, he can maybe take this fight. But again, ByuN is building up his own Cyclones as well. Still being very safe, even getting a second Cyclone. And here we go with the Medevac, he's pushing. Yeah, ByuN, he's moving out. He breaks out. And this is going to be a tough hold here for Percival. Remember, Percival, he has no tank production of his own or anything like that. He does have the 1 Cyclone, does have some Reapers. ByuN has more potential. Here we go. Here we go. As he does move out. ByuN counter does catch up the Cyclone. 1 Cyclone falls. Takes on the Cyclone, takes on the Mineral Land as well. It's gonna be 6, 7 SCV kills. Oh, God. Again, Percival just completely out of position. And Percival, he might be able to clean this up, but the damage has already been done. The damage has been done. It's gonna be what, 12 SCVs. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take game number 1. GG. Does take game 1, does take a lead in the series. And with that, we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Gonna be jumping into game 2. And we'll see if we can recover. We'll see if we can bounce back. Again, it was a really short game, which to be expected. Was a shorter game. And now we're getting to game number 2. Getting into game 2, and game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Oh boy. And we'll see if ByuN does kind of turn the tables on Percival. We'll see if he's going to be hyper aggressive. We'll see if he's the one to go for the proxy instead. We'll see. Again, it was just a really shaky start from Percival, and ByuN did a great job punishing. And here we go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopper Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the other South Korean Terran, the blue Terran representing Team Little Fairy. It is Percival. We go. There we go. As we are settling in. And this time, as we load into a much larger map of the map pool, there's a higher chance that we go for more economic starts. And as you can see here, single gas opener out of ByuN. ByuN going for a Rax expand. This would have been a much better. Oh, no, never mind. Going double gas. Percival, he's the one going for something a little bit more economic here instead. This is where like aggression and proxies can be more effective. It is more risky just because the map is larger, of course, but there's a higher chance your opponent is going to be playing more economically and more greedy. So you can try to punish them. We see the ByuN once again is opening at double gas. Meanwhile, Percival opening up with a single gas geyser. He's going for a faster CC, going for a more greedy, more economic build from the side of the blue Terran. Go. So players are opening up. So far, so good. Likewise, we have our factory follow-up, and we're just going to take it slow here. Coming into Tokamak, there is a higher chance it's going to be a longer game. It's going to we just have slower starts, more economic starts, at least from one player, so we're slowing things down, we're building up. Of course, there is still going to be certain timing attacks available that we can try to go for, but for the most part, we're just taking it easy here, coming into game number 2. Gonna take it easy. And factory still on the way here for Percival. Meanwhile, we do see ByuN going for his 1-1-1. ByuN getting to the mineral line. The Marines are quite in position here. SCV goes down. Mining is going to be denied. Nice pick up here from ByuN. The Marine just has to get into that bunker. There we go. dive in. And Percival holds. Whew. Percival, he does hold on. ByuN behind this, setting up. And he's going for the early drop. So, interesting. So, if you remember last game, he went for a Cyclone drop. This time, going for a tank drop. He's going to load up his tanks and move out with that medevac, move out with his drop play. Looking at the positioning here, he can maybe pick off a deeper, or he can actually go for the natural instead. He has options. And remember, army-wise, Percival, he is behind. And here comes ByuN, looking to make his way towards the natural. Oh boy. Aye, aye, aye. ByuN does boost in. Does boost in. Sieges up. It looks like Percival, he should have enough here, especially with the Cyclone. Oh, never mind. The Cyclone is going to be targeted down, and ByuN pulls away. Yeah, he pulls away, he saves the tank. Nice trades here from ByuN. They did trade Marines, but just, oh no! As ByuN does go back in. A little bit greedy here, at the same time Reapers into the main base. But very greedy out of ByuN. I don't know if he can really find any extra damage here. Yeah, the medevac is going to be zoned away. Medevac goes down. ByuN does get the Cyclone, but he will lose the tank. And you could argue the tank has more value. And with that, Percival holds. Percival does hold on. Again, ByuN, initially I think the trade was okay, but did keep going. And with that, ByuN does at least catch up in the worker count. ByuN, we gotta calm down. ByuN is going to be harassing, does get behind the mineral lines. Percival, he does move out through the center of the map, checking the main armies here. We do have Percival with a lower Raven count, but remember, one Raven is harassing across the map, so it won't be available to defend. He is now moving in, does have his Liberator. And we'll see if he can break through. Okay, for his Matrix is ready. Liberator does siege, going for the tank. And doesn't barely get the tank. Tank does survive. So does bring down the tank. Does lose one, does lose the other. Percival gonna be pushing in. ByuN, he's in trouble here. He has to pull the boys. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Does disable the tank. Order Heart's being thrown down, and the tank is going to fall, but he will lose both Ravens in the process. That was an expensive trade here for ByuN. Losing both Ravens. ByuN does him in. Yeah, he breaks out. Yeah, he breaks through the siege line. Did lose all his Ravens, but he still has that Marine advantage. Yeah, some brutal trades here. I mean, the Bio Army is still very overstimmed, or very weakened, I should say. Very softened up. That ByuN is holding. He's defending. Vikings getting bullied back. That one Raven is still alive from earlier, still wreaking havoc, getting more STV kills. Here comes the land. ByuN breaks out. Again, he took advantage of this Vikings landing. Takes down the Raven. Bullies back the reinforcements. Oh, and Percival, he will lose everything here. Yeah, big overextension from Percival. How many kills has this one Raven gone? The one Raven has 17. No, that's purely SCV kills, by the way. 17 SCV kills on this one Raven. Insane damage. But alas, ByuN, he was able to break out from his contain. He pushes it across the map. ByuN has a massive advantage. Still has to be careful pushing into a siege line of tanks, though. Does have to respect it. ByuN does pull away. Stepping on forward. Catching out the Vikings. So let's get a tank as well. And catching out the tanks, they're going to be caught unsieged. One tank left. Ta-da! It's going to go down as well. Oh, what the hell with the repairs though? Does repair. Does barely keep them topped up. But yeah, ByuN just overwhelms. Yeah, he does overwhelm. Drop into the natural base as well. Percival, he can no longer keep up. Will lose his tanks, will lose his mineral line. GG gets called, and ByuN, he overwhelms. He will take a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a very intense game here. We had Percival. He had some nice moments when it came to moving out across the map, but overall, and likewise, we also had ByuN overextending early on as well, but GG. GG, well played in the end. ByuN does claim the game, and now we're getting into game number 3, and I'm hoping that we can have a back and forth here, hoping that's not too one-sided, but the pressure is on. The pressure is on, Percival. GG. So now getting into game 3 on Last Fantasy. Okay. We're loading into Last Fantasy. The most vetoed map in the map pool. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Gibbs, map. Gibbs. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Last Fantasy, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the South Green Terran leading the series 2-0 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing on to the grand finals. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top side of Last Fantasy, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Little Fairy. It is Percival. See in chat, why best of 5? Isn't it only finals best of 5? If you haven't been watching the PiGosaur Cup over the past month, I want to say maybe month and a half, like 3-4 editions of PiGosaur Cup. The semis are best of 5s. The semis are best of 5s. It's a relatively recent change, relatively recent, again, like from like a month or 2 ago. So it's relatively recent. But yeah, semifinals are best of 5s. Wasn't always the case, true, was not always the case, but was a change from a couple of editions ago. He's had to Shameless really defeat Hero 3-0. Yes, Shameless, he's in the grand finals. I did want to kind of hold on to that until after we wrap up the series, but yes, the winner of this will be facing off not against Hero, but against Shameless. We were waiting to see if anyone could cause an upset. Could anyone stop Hero and ByuN from facing? The answer is yes. And we'll see if Percival can do the same. We'll see if he can also cause the upset here. But yeah, big win there for Shameless. Again, For people that maybe don't watch a lot of StarCraft, might not be familiar, but Shameless, he has been a very, very active player for the past, I mean, over a year at this point. Very active, very strong player in his own right. It is definitely an upset for him to bring down Hero. I saw some people being like, yo, maybe Hero's fatigued from UWC. That's solid copium right there. Hero, it was 2 days ago where he beat MaxPax in the finals of WarDTV Monday. So Hero, like, he's still in form, still very much so in form. He just beat MaxPax not too long ago either. You know, is the argument that Shameless greater than MaxPax? True. No, but yeah, really impressive play there from Shameless. My first thought was maybe Hero off-raced against Shameless. He does off-race from time to time in these tournaments, but I have confirmation that no, Hero, he played his main race. So really impressive play there, but from Shameless, really impressive. Again, Shameless, I think he was my rising star pick for 2024, I think. When it comes to like up and coming players, but despite that, yeah, big win for Shameless. GG. We don't know what happened in that series, what exactly happened. It was a short series though, so I would imagine that Hero probably went for greedy openers. He's been known to go for like Gate Cyber expands or even Nexus first as well, and Shameless was able to punish him. And we have seen instances where Hero goes for an all-in against his opponent, and Shameless may have just defended. But we know it was a really short series. Like, they ended real fast and real quick. So short games. Suelta tu gaba, amiga. Let's go. Shameless is the youngest player right now? No. I believe GG Machine is younger, and Mini-Zerg is also younger as well. There's a lot of younger players. There's a lot of young blood in the scene. But Shameless, he is one of those like younger generation of players. I will say that. Like, he's one of the younger generation. He's like I think he's 19 years old right now. 19. But like Eba's younger, right? Eba's younger, G Machine's younger, Mini-Zerg is younger. I think Arcfire is either the same age or maybe a year younger. I'm uncertain about Arcfire. He's around that range as well. Arcfire. Meanwhile, again, welcome to Last Fantasy. We did have initial openers. We did see ByuN threatening a dive. Did you see in turn 16 like 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Like, there's a decent like wave of younger players that have been active for a couple of years. Basically, they're the COVID generation, like the generation of players that started competing during COVID. Very young. As ByuN, as well as we see Percival going for his own tank drop here towards the natural. Oh, ByuN catches the medevac. No, gets the medevac and he gets the tank as well. The MVP Cyclone. This one Cyclone got both, by the way. Medevac and the tank as well. So unlike the last game where ByuN was able to pop over this tank drop, we can see here Percival, his tank drop does fall on its face. It does fall on its face, losing the medevac, losing the tank as well. Brutal losses there for Percival. I don't like this. Yeah, if you missed out on the stream, like I named those players, like named Eva, named Arcfire, named Mini-Zerg, named them all. Go. ByuN is moving out. Likewise behind this third CC on location, so ByuN has a very comfortable lead. Here, claiming his expansion. He shut down the early aggression from here, getting into his own tank Viking production. So is Percival. Like, they're both working in the same direction, but ByuN does have his lead, and that is a second starport, by the way. So second starport, 2-port mass Viking production out of ByuN. His goal here is to dominate the sky, is to take that air superiority as quickly as possible here and overwhelm. Now it still will take a little bit for those for that second starport to kick in, but it's on the way. Oh my god! Meanwhile, once again, these Cyclones, they gain so much value. We have a couple of boys being pulled to repair. Percival trying to force his way in. He himself did go 2-port. My mistake. I did miss that. So we have 2-port 2-base all in out of Percival. Meanwhile, maybe 2-port response out of ByuN. So Percival is going for the all in. This is very old school. It's going for the special, as Juanito did popularize this a couple of years ago, or many years ago at this point. And takes out the Liberator. Bearing in mind, the backbone of this army was the Liberator, and it does go down. Oof. Losing a Viking. Percival now is forced to expand. Late third base out of Percival. ByuN does pick up a couple of Vikings, but still will lose air control. Taking his own third. Start moving in. Percival trying to force his way into the main. Does opens up with the tanks, gets one, gets two tanks, just barely. Three, oh my god. Takes out three tanks. ByuN, he defends his main. Percival bleeding out a lot of units here. Do trade Vikings, let's go. Do trade. And throughout this, ByuN landing and establishing his own third, so was Percival. And is holding his own. And he does hold on. Remember, he has his own second starport, pumping out Vikings. ByuN gonna try to break through that siege line. With the help of the speed zones here, oh god, I'm not too convinced here. He's gonna bleed out a lot of units. Does get one, two, does barely get all three tanks. A messy fight here from ByuN. Very messy. Oh god. As he barely takes it, coming out on top with one tank and one Viking. Jesus. Messy fight there from ByuN, but I mean, he does win it. Barely. From here, we're calming down, we're building up. Both players are getting up to 3 bases. Both players are getting fully saturated. Whew. Now we can calm down back. We can calm down. Being active, pushing to the center. Let's push through. Catching up more Vikings. Speaking of, almost all the Vikings are going to be going down. Oof. Losing those Vikings. Likewise, we see ByuN pushing forward. He's up in tanks, he's up in army. And he's breaking through. He does break through that siege line. Well, false is here for Percival, and this might just snowball into a win here. It might snowball into the third. As ByuN is still pushing forward, leapfrogging those tanks. Gaining more ground. Boys are being fooled. And Percival getting desperate. And the Vikings, they will land to punish this. They will just annihilate that mineral line. SCVs, they all go down. And I was hoping for a back and forth. I was hoping for a game 4, a game 5. And we had to have some intense moments here for sure, and even better moments for Percival at times, but alas. Yeah, he will claim it. Gets behind the mineral line. "19 SCV kills. He's going to try to break through the siege line here once again. He rushes forward. And that's going to be the final stand for Percival. GG gets called. ByuN, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. A solid result here out of ByuN. Percival, who's trying to hold his own. And again, a shout out to Percival for, of course, making it to the semifinals, for bringing down Vindita earlier as well. He had a really impressive showing. And even here against ByuN, we have seen them go and trade back and forth quite often. But here, ByuN does take it, does claim it. And now we have our grand finals! Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys missed out on the bracket. But if you guys want to catch up, we did mention this earlier, but Shameless took down Hero 3-0 in a PvP best of 5. Impressive performance there, impressive showing by Shameless. It was a very short series, very short best of 5. It was over in like 15 minutes. So really fast games, really short matches. We expect either all-ins or failed all-ins in all 3 games. In all 3 games in that series. In my mind, that would make the most sense. And again, congratulations to Shameless for causing that big upset, and does advance on the face-off against ByuN in the next round. Again, Shameless, he was kind of like, in my mind, the rising star of 2024. Shameless was looking very, very good, and he was rising through the ranks. Despite that, and every now and then he does pop off with these big wins. I want to say he beat Cure recently as well. I say recently. When I say recently, I mean like this year. Like Shameless, he has had some really good performances over the past 2 years, and he's only been improving. By no means will I ever say that he's favored against, you know, Hero, or favored against ByuN, or favored against these players. I say that apparently Shameless, oh my god, speaking of, I was asleep at this time, but last night was the Wardy TV European League, and fun fact, this is a rematch. This is a rematch. For those of you that were not watching Wardy stream last night, Shameless, he already beat ByuN. He beat him last night. He beat him 2-0. Calm down, Shameless, calm down. So Shameless, he already 2-0'd ByuN previously last night, less than 24 hours ago, actually. 10 hours ago. 10 hours ago, Shameless 2-0'd ByuN. Can he do it again? Can he beat him again? Can ByuN get his revenge? Let's go. Let us